Do you want to support or promote a business from your country that is currently operating in the United States or wants to operate in the United States? Our topic for today will be all about the treaty investor or E2 visa. Let's get to it. What is an E2 investor visa? An E2 visa allows business people from certain countries to work in the US for a business in which people from their country have invested. People call the E2 the next best thing to permanent residence because of one, the possibility of self-employment, and two, the unlimited number of extensions. Plus, there are no limits on the number of E2 visas issued each year. Let me clarify that an E2 treaty investor visa is not the same as getting a green card for investors. For E2 visas, you will be working for a business that is at least 50% owned by other nationals of your home country. As for the investor green card, you are the one starting a company in the US, either from scratch or buying out another company. Here are some of the advantages and disadvantages of the E2 visa. You can work legally in the US for a US business in which a substantial cash investment has been made by you or other citizens of your home country, so long as your country has a trade treaty with the US. You may travel in and out of the US or remain here continuously until your visa expires, as long as the E2 treaty trader visas remain valid. Foreign investors and their family members may indefinitely live outside the United States and come and go as they want. You are restricted to working only for the employer or self-owned business that acted as your E2 visa sponsor. Your initial visa may last up to 5 years, depending on what country you're coming from, with unlimited possible extensions. Each time you enter the US, you'll be admitted for 2 years. Visas are available for your accompanying spouse and minor children, but your children do not get work authorization. Your spouse will be permitted to accept employment in the United States. Spouses of E2 investors may apply for temporary work permit or employment authorization in order to work in the country. This enables the spouse to work for any corporation in the country or establish a business of his or her own. With an E2 dependent visa, your children under the age of 21 may attend any school of your choice. Hey, if you're still watching, go ahead and click a thumbs up below and hit the bell icon to keep yourself updated about our other immigration related content. Do you qualify for an E2 visa? Here are the qualifications you will need to get an E2 visa. Your country must have treaties with the US. Legal residence is not enough. Except for E2 applicants from the UK, you need not be presently residing in your country of citizenship in order to qualify for an E2 visa. You must be coming to the US to work for a business that is at least 50% owned by citizens of your treaty country. You or others may be the owners of the company. You must be a 50% owner or supervisor, an executive, or a key employee of that company. The investment must be substantial. You or your company must have invested a substantial amount in the US business to successfully support a E2 visa application. To invest means putting capital or assets at risk to generate a profit. You can't invest in a nonprofit enterprise. The term substantial is not defined in the law by any strict numerical measure. What is considered substantial depends on the type of business. For example, an automobile manufacturer will have to show a more significant dollar amount of investment than a retail toy store to meet the requirement of substantial investment. The lower the cost of the business, the higher the percentage of funds you'll need to invest in order to qualify. The enterprise must not produce marginal profits, but significant ones. U.S. immigration authorities want to make sure you're not just establishing a minor operation to generate nothing more than a living for the owners and therefore get you an E2 visa. So they require the enterprise to not be marginal. Your business must be able to make a significant economic contribution to the community, either right away or at least within 5 years of when you start. It must be a bona fide active business. The investment must be in a for-profit business that actively produces goods or services and meets the applicable legal requirements for doing business in the state or region. You have to have an intent to leave the US. E2 visas are meant to be temporary. At the time of your application, you must intend to depart the US once your business is completed. As previously mentioned, you are not required to maintain a foreign residence abroad. When you qualify for an E2 visa, your spouse and unmarried children below 21 can also get E2 visas by providing proof of their family relationship to you. How to apply from outside the U.S. Applicants outside the U.S. must apply for an E2 visa at a U.S. consulate in their home country. Even you, Canadians. The exact steps to take to apply for an E2 visa depend on the embassy or consulate when you apply. You'll probably need to prepare and submit an online application, gather some documents if you're not the principal investor, fill out another form, pay the required fee, and meet with an official at a U.S. embassy or consulate. What about if you're in the United States? Well, if you're physically present in the United States, you can still apply for an E2 status without leaving the country if the following is true. You entered the U.S. legally and not through a visa waiver. You have never worked illegally in the United States. The date on your I-94 has not expired, meaning you're still in legal status. None of the bars to changing status apply to you, like criminal convictions, multiple entries, prior cases of fraud, things of that nature. And that, folks, is a wrap. If you want to discuss your case, need help on your application for green card, citizenship, or a visa, feel free to leave a comment below, give us a call, or visit our website, andresmejerlaw.com, and schedule an appointment. We'll let you know if and how we can help. Remember, every case is different, and we won't take your money if we can't help you. Please consider subscribing to our channel and checking out our other videos if you find them helpful. If you learn a lot from this video, feel free to like and share. Until next time, stay healthy and be safe. Hey, did you like the video? I invite you to watch another video where I share more tips on how to protect your reputation as an immigrant. Until next time.